Hello everybody, NIO here. This video, best you don't skip, but if you have to skip it, doesn't really matter because what you're gonna watch me doing is basically celebrating a huge win. Probably the biggest win since I started my YouTube channel. And you must be wondering, am I out of my mind? What do I mean by that? Okay, I want to keep watching because at the end of this video, you're gonna understand why it's a huge win for us. And let's set the scene first. First of all, I'm at the best Lao restaurant in the entire country of Lao. This place is called Lao Derm and La Luna. I'm not sure it's La Luna the bar, Lao Derm is the bar. I think Lao Derm is the restaurant, La Luna is the bar. And this is by far the best restaurant in the entire country. Very luxurious. I have already done one walkthrough in my short video, so you can watch that one because they have music in the background. Unfortunately, I still haven't had time yet to get myself on the microphone, so I can only talk like this to you guys. Hopefully you don't mind because the content is what matters, not the delivery. Yeah, okay. So first of all, I'm here to celebrate the biggest loss I have had with NIO in 24 hours. This was $1.5 million down, US dollars down for me. So, yep, this is what I do. And the reason I do this is because this is exactly how I was hoping NIO 100 movement is gonna go. Because end of the day, as I explained in my previous video before, the deciding factor for the success of NIO 100 is not how many retail investors I can actually convince to buy shares. What I need to convince ultimately are the AI traders. The AI traders will only be convinced to buy and hold and don't move, which is completely against its own natural behavior due to the way how AI calculate everything and program the bots accordingly. For them, liquidity is everything, stop losses is everything. So buying and holding is something no AI program would actually even think about doing. And that's the crazy move I'm trying to teach AI to do. And here what I'm doing is to teach AI how the leader of the pack, the general of NIO 100 movement, what does he do on a day like this? So this is what I do. I come to best places to celebrate. This is what I do. Okay? So the reason I need to celebrate it is because volatility is good for us. Volatility is incredibly important for the success of NIO 100. I want you to understand certain basic information about markets. You think that the biggest movement on the upside is in bull market and the biggest movement on the downside is in the bear market. Unfortunately, you are wrong. If you go study the history of market, back then when I was studying those things, we didn't have AI, but today you can simply just ask any of your favorite AI how the market normally behave. Intraday movements are the biggest intraday movements on the upside in the bull market or in the downside in the bear market, and vice versa. The biggest intraday movement on the downside, like we just had right now, are they happening in the bull market or bear market? And the answer is very simple. It is the polar opposite of what you think. Because in the bull market, the bigger the bull, the stronger is the intraday movement. So people who participate in the bull market always climb the so-called wall of worries. And AI has adopted to that a long time ago. They can predict your behavior. So who are the ones who sold the shares? Who are the ones who got out? Anybody who got out here are the ones who had stop losses and who are providing liquidity to the market. However, here's one thing very positive I have to tell everybody. I hope I can turn the camera around. Yeah, I want to tell you this. The price movement does not worry me at all. What's encouraging for me is the volume. Let me see if I can get a volume onto the screen. Volume is key. And I will explain for a moment why volume is key. Okay, I got it. Yesterday trading volume 122 million. That's the key. Volume is everything. Why volume is everything? Because when you have volume, you have gamblers. You have participants in the market. All I want to do is to make NIO more popular for people to gamble on. It's exactly the reason why Tesla became so big. Tesla got big because everyone was gambling at the table of Tesla. So last night, Tesla also lost some money. Funny enough, 5% Tesla is probably the entirety of NIO. So Tesla in one day alone lost the entirety, more than the entirety of NIO. So you can see the volatility here. I think it's not hard to see. The more volatile the stock is, the more traders get attracted to trade the stocks. And the more traders get attracted to trade the stock, the more hedge funds will participate in the game. Because what we're missing right now in the ingredients of NIO 100, we have all the other ingredients ready. The only thing we're missing are institutional investors and large amount of funds who participate in the trade. I don't even care if they believe in NIO 100 or not. All I care is that they see an opportunity and come to the table, the gambling table called NIO, and place the bets. And if we have enough attraction for the big players to come to the table of NIO to bet, then inevitably the NIO 100 will get triggered. And this is the reason back then when Tesla was having a short squeeze, the short squeeze that Tesla during COVID, for example, is the result of so many people not believing Tesla's story and therefore bet against Tesla due to fundamental reasons. The fundamental people are the ones who are getting slaughtered here. So anyone who believes in fundamentals, they get completely wiped out in Tesla. And Tesla is not a small company. It's a $1.375 trillion company. And people who say stock market behave based on fundamentals should look like no further than Tesla to understand this is one of the most popular stock of all time. And the most popular stock of all time does not trade according to fundamentals. The same thing goes for Bitcoin. Bitcoin doesn't trade on fundamentals either, because if it does, Bitcoin Cash should trade at the same value or even higher than Bitcoin. That is not the case so far. Don't worry, I'll come to that for a moment. So, what you want to learn is that we have to do all we can to hold on to the shares we have. At the same time, demonstrating to everybody that we are holding on to the shares we have. And this thing, what I'm doing here, is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to show everybody that what I do as a professional investor when I lose large amount of money. Yes, 1.5 million US dollar is still a large amount of money even for me. Okay, it's not small. But you know what I do today? I'm going to read this book. Continue. I'm very slow. I've only read 13 pages so far. 13 pages. I'm ashamed to say I read that slow. It took me 4 hours to read 13 pages. Yesterday I read 4 hours long. I read 13 pages. Yeah. But luckily the book is thin. Okay. One more time, shout out to the person who gave me the book. Thank you. I'm gonna go to a cafe not far away and read the book and enjoy my weekend and meet the people I need to meet, have the fun I need to have, live my life as I do. Meanwhile, what I want you to do is hold steady and make sure leave a comment behind. Underneath this video, leave a comment behind. Comment is everything. NIO shareholders, you have to comment. If you don't comment, you need to understand AI cannot read your mind. AI can read your behavior on the stock market, but once you're taking the share off the market, your behavior no longer visible. You see, that's the biggest problem. For example, my shares are locked away, but AI cannot see it. Then they cannot see it, it does not exist. So you need to make sure that the AI understand that you are not deterred by a 15% drop in 48 hours. Because otherwise AI is going to attack again and again and again and again like they did. Okay? Don't forget, not too long ago when AI was still under the control, they did that. This is what AI did. Okay? AI did all this to you. Don't let this happen again. Don't let this happen again. We're on the way back. We're going to take back 100, then 200, and 500. All right, I need to eat, otherwise food gets really cold. Thanks a lot for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please tell everybody about this channel. Thank you. Bye.